Alright, so here I am with the arrows that I'm shooting. I don't know if you can see these. I'm going to try and run this by the lens, but it's a full metal jacket, Easton full metal jacket. It's a 340. I don't know if you can see that right there. But anyway, 100 grain tips on them. They've got these nocturnal lighted nocks. I don't know if that'll help it show up in the screen or not, but anyway, nice and bright in the morning or in the evening, but right now it's probably a little hard to see them. Anyway, hopefully I'm getting audio here, but anyway, I'm going to show you how to turn them off. So there's a little switch down inside here that when you fire your knock, it pushes a pin. This little plunger looking thing that's red right there goes down, and you just got to have you can use anything, point of a broadhead, or I'm using a set of tweezers because I'm clever like that, I guess. And what you do, there's a little hole right there, and you take the pointy object, broadhead, pair of keys, a knife, whatever, and you stick the point right inside there, and you just lift. Just all I did was push up on that just a little bit, pushes the plunger back up, turns the knock off. So you can see it's off. There's no red glow to it anymore, and that's it. They're actually really handy. They don't seem to have near the battery issues that the tracer nocks used to have when I worked for Easton Archery, Easton Technical Products, I guess. We did a lot of returns with the tracers, just weak wiring. The battery components weren't real solid. When they worked, they were awesome, but most of the time they didn't. So I figured I'd give these nocturnal nocks a try, and I kind of like them. They're pretty cool. I'm excited to see how they look, you know, going through a deer or an elk, which is going to happen here in about 2 weeks. But anyway, just figured I'd show you guys what arrows I'm shooting. Run that by you again. Easton FMJs, and they're a 340. Hopefully we're capturing all that, but I like them. It's all I've shot for, hell, I don't know, probably the last 8 years at least, and they're ridiculously durable. I mean, I stuck one in a stump during the shooting session earlier today. No big deal. Used a chisel, pried apart the stump, and arrow popped out and flew just fine. So a buddy of mine and I went to Wyoming for an unmarked 3D shoot. The very last targets they had were like 3 Iron Maiden targets, and just for fun, because we were both working at Easton at the time, we just shot the Iron Maiden target itself to see how many times it took for the arrow to blow up. And if I remember right, it took like 7 or 8 shots before the front of the full metal jacket actually exploded and turned into a big silver flower. But which is pretty cool. I mean, we were shooting from 20 yards away, I think, so they take a little abuse if you're not the best shot in the world, like I am not. I shoot enough usually that I'm a decent shot, but I'm not going to be winning any World Cup events anytime soon. But anyway, that's my arrows, Easton full metal jackets. I would highly advise you get some. Ridiculously durable. They're not that expensive, and a dozen, as long as you're not shooting a bunch of rocks and stuff, a dozen will last you several seasons. If you like fletching your own arrows, one of the pluses I've found with them is you don't have to worry about peeling up strips of carbon when you go to refletch your arrows. Just take a razor blade, run it right along the aluminum, rub some alcohol on there, clean them off, and you're good to go. So it makes it easy to kind of tinker with your own stuff, you know. But anyway, best of luck to everybody here in 2 weeks when our season starts. Remember, practice, 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 and practice further than you think you might shoot, just so that way when a buck or a bull or a cow or whatever you're shooting walks out at 30 yards, 40 yards, and you've been shooting from 60 in or 60 out in some cases, that 30 or 40 yard shot is a slam dunk. We owe it to the animals to make as good a shot and be as proficient as we can. I'm going to step off the soapbox now, but that's my thought on it. If you practice a ton, then you don't have to worry about bad shots, because when you get an animal in your sights, it's going to be a slam dunk for you. So good luck, everybody. Hope you enjoyed the video.